Hello, Ethan. Thank you so much for keeping us company. This is Y in the Morning. And speaking of Entrepreneurship Tuesday, we want to see the online marketing platform where you can order for services that you need. I'm speaking to George Karimi. He's the co-founder of the Swift Aid Marketplace. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to have you here.
Thank you.
Now, maybe to begin with, tell us about this platform and how it is enabling. It has become an enabler in the marketplace to ensure or to aid me in getting the services that I need. For an example, what you just mentioned before we began the this broadcast about, say, I want to have a shave. How has that been aided through your app?
Okay, basically, it's a mobile marketplace where you get a wide range of services, and we actually have registered service providers who are mostly freelancers. We have two aspects of the app. We have the Explore, which we deal with businesses, and we have Swift Aid On Demand, where you now get these skilled professionals from cleaners to plumbers to electricians. So basically how the app came about, it was a Sunday morning back in 2017, and all my clothes were dirty and the house was actually dirty. So on calling my cleaning lady, she told me that she was sick, so she couldn't come and do the service. So I had to actually work my way around that whole week, and that's when the idea came up, and I thought, like, why couldn't we start a platform where it would be as easy as just calling an Uber or a taxi? You know, you get these services. And then at least when someone comes and does a job, maybe in your house, you have the option of rating them after the job. So it will also offer people better experiences. At least you'll be able to choose depending on the reviews that the service provider has gotten.
Also, your platform offers that aspect of if the services are done badly, I can comment.
Yes, yes.
All right. So since 2017, I think 2 years, they've been perfect, or how has it been?
Okay, the idea was conceived in 2017, so started developing the app, but we've been majorly doing jobs like in 2019. So we actually got into real business, and for me, I've seen the uptake is good because whatever services that we add onto the app, because it just started with cleaners and maybe electricians. So we've been adding different kind of services depending on the needs that we get. Okay. And also from personal experiences, because what also made us come up with a place where you can go for businesses was I was having trouble because when I travel, I needed to take a shave. So it was very difficult for me, as in to know which place to go to. You know, you can't go to any premise. So if there's a place where you can get when you look for maybe a beauty business, you can get some a reviewed business, so that at least you have more confidence in actually visiting the place. And also we host professionals, even like, let's say, engineers and doctors. Once I had a problem with my daughter. She was sick in the eye, and we were told to go and check on an ophthalmologist. First of all, clearly I didn't know who that was at that time. But yeah, it was difficult. It was difficult for us because it took us like 2-3 weeks to actually get one, and we had to come all the way to Nairobi. And that's when I thought many people must be facing this problem, that you don't know the professionals who are around you. You might be needing a cardiologist, and you don't have to travel all that far. So if you have a place where you can just go and check for these people, it will ease okay, our slogan is hustles handled. It will ease your hustles.
Your hustle.
Yeah.
And you'll be demonstrating to us in a bit how you operate the application. But for now, Kenya is a state, actually the world in general is a place where scammers are so many.
Yeah.
How do you ensure the security of your subscribers and the people who use services through your app? How do you ensure that the people who come to the platform are so legit? Speaking for an example, I need some cleaning done in my house. How do I trust the people that are in the app? I call them, they will come to my house and they won't maybe harm me or steal from me.
First of all, our first line of defense is we verify and vet these service providers. So they have to provide some documents. Let's say probably for electricians, they have to show that they have a certificate and they're qualified, and they also have to upload their IDs. So this documentation is our first line of defense, especially the ID, because if something happens, you can still go to the police with these documents. And second of all, our app is location based. So you'd know where the person went to. So if something happens, and because now sometimes you can't control people's emotions and character, because everyone is different. So what we work on, we're based on trust, and we believe that the clients and the service providers that we have are people of good character, you know. Yeah.
All right, I see the application is already here with us.
Yes.
Maybe if we could try to see some of the services offered in this platform. So where do we begin? I'm already at the homepage.
Okay, our app is mobile based. This is just a website. So yeah, so our app is mobile based. You get it for free on Play Store, and this is where we actually work on, because now
Also, it's on Play Store.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So what actually happens is you just, maybe let's say I need maybe a cleaner or an errand. What I have to come and do is actually
With the Play Store, it's under Swift Aid.
yes, it's under
So I
Swift Aid.
download.
You download
Like any other app I use. Okay.
like any other app. You know, so if there's any service provider who is around this area, I'd be able to actually get them on the map, just the way taxis are.
Okay.
So what basically happens is you request a service, just like the way you request a taxi.
Right.
You just request, and now the service provider has an option of either accepting or rejecting the request. So since now we are dealing with people, mostly our service providers are not tech savvy, most of them, because you'd understand, like cleaners and some of maybe electricians, and some of them actually come from low income areas. So you'd not expect them to be online 24 hours. So we came up with an SMS service where if someone requests a service, the service provider will get an SMS, a text message, which he'll then go to the app and now continue with the service if he'll accept or reject.
And in these, maybe say 1 year, because you've said in 2019 it's when the business was okay, have you encountered any problem that has maybe legally? Have you been sued? Have you had someone being sued? Have you had any problems?
Not really, because you see, basically we work on reviews, and what actually pushes us is we have a problem in our country right now of unemployment. You can see it's so much. We're having so many graduates coming out of vocational training. They don't have, they're not able to get formal employment. Let's say you graduated as a mechanic or a plumber. Getting that formal employment is quite hard.
Right.
So it's just giving them we're giving them a platform where they at least have a chance that maybe a client might just request for a service. Yeah.
So in terms of the services that have been offered, who is limited to your application? Are you accepting just any services, or you have specifics?
We have okay, the services that they're just normal services, but yeah, we have specific. We don't, because now we can't take every service. We add a service when a need arises. So if we get a feedback from clients, is when now we can add a service, or maybe if we get a service provider who wants to provide a certain kind of service that we didn't feature, we can now try to accommodate them and actually see how we can accommodate them and add a service, such a service to the app.
Maybe you could take us through some of the services that are already in your platform.
Yeah, we have plumbers, electricians, carpenter, mechanics. We also have cleaners, errands, nanny, gardener, cooks. You know, so
right.
Yeah, so it's a wide range of services.
Right.
Yeah, so we also have repairs. Or repairs now, the carpenters, and we also have delivery.
So under delivery, right?
Yeah, we have
food. Okay.
Yeah, drinks, food, gas, and water.
The lazy Nairobians,
Yeah, yeah. This came about when now I saw an opportunity, because normally these small businesses don't get a platform to advertise, or like the SMEs. For now, you know, marketing is quite an expensive affair, and that is why you're seeing that is why we want to give the small businesses a platform. Like now, the wines and spirits guy, or that cafeteria in your neighborhood can also register there, and actually you can request anything you want from them. So the water shops also, and maybe the gas vendors. So mainly our app is just to factor in the common mwananchi and understand that since now technology has taken off for the past decade, it has taken off quite a bit, and this is also another decade where we are going to see information will be key. And tech will be key in many things that we'll be doing in our daily lives.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, speaking of unemployment and being a platform where you can earn your money from, what do I require to register with you? And it's still the same thing. How are you benefiting?
What you require is just, we need some of your documents, just like normal ID and maybe certificates, and also where you said now we need a certificate of good conduct, so that we can actually, you see that those are now the steps that we take to make sure the service providers are quite people of character. And as a client, you just register with your phone number, because most of the transactions are done online. We don't advise to pay cash, but there's that option. But we advise if you pay through the app, it's much more safer, because you can follow up.
Which app? The app
yeah,
itself?
Swifted, yeah.
So I have an option after the services has been done.
Yes.
I pay the person who came to do it via your app.
Yes.
So how do you now benefit from that?
We charge a commission for every job that is done. So it's just automatic. The service provider gets their cut, us we get a small fee, a small cut just for linking them.
We had a problem with the online taxi.
Yes.
And I remember they were saying our people take a lot of money in terms of the commission. Now, how do you ensure that, or how have you gotten to a point where you feel I am not oppressing my clients on my app? Where did you agree with these people? Did you have a written document? Did you agree on this contract? This is how I'll be getting your money, so that when I'm there, I'm comfortable. I know if I have registered with you and I've done these services for, say, 100 shillings, commission is 10 shillings to the person who, the platform.
Yeah.
How did you come about with that?
We actually did a survey, and they actually went and asked around, because now you have to, our service, what separates us from now every other services, or every other platform that exists with this kind of services, is us, we do not have fixed charges. Like, you know, in our country now, we have not gotten to a level where you can charge, a plumber can charge you per hour, just like they do in the rest of the world. So what happens is we went and did a survey and actually saw, like, normally how much do they charge for a small job, and then now we came up with a percentage. And after taking the survey, most of them said it was quite reasonable.
So your clients are comfortable?
Yes.
All right. Now, in terms of claiming,
Yes.
services have been offered to me, or maybe, I'm assuming, say a car wash. A guy came and told me we can do this, and then say they disappear. Who do I go to report first? Because I got this person through the app. I have nothing to do with them. How now do I have to follow them? You have to report with us, and now us will follow it up. We told you. Am I still doing the same thing online, or I can now call you?
You can now call us.
Okay.
We have a line, and you can follow up, because I told you the app is location based. So in fact, all this information we have. So if this guy went somewhere, we actually know where he is. And this is the information that we give to maybe the authorities to actually follow up, because we have to work with them. Yeah, and also what I didn't mention is also the app has an option where you can have like a side hustle. Now where we have agents for these services. Let's say you own an M-Pesa, and most of the time you're free with your smartphone. So you can go and recruit some ladies to maybe who are cleaners. Then when someone requests for the service, you send them to do the job. You get your cut, we get our cut, then you pay the cleaners.
Now explain to me, how does that happen? I have trained you. I want you to send you to someone. They will pay you either by cash or online.
Yeah, mostly now they'll pay. It depends. We have that option of cash, because some people may not have money on the phone, and so we have if they are paid cash, we have a system where they have a wallet in the application, where now it will have a negative, so they have an option of actually refilling that wallet and actually clearing that commission. Because okay, I know there are times when people might want to, maybe we've connected them to a client, and they may not want to pay up the commission.
Yeah, because now if I have an option, I can decide not to pay it.
Yes. So what happens is, now we give you 24 to 48 hours to actually clear the amount, or now your services won't be seen on the application.
Now, how do you determine the price or the cost for their services offered and know your cut? Because I'm assuming these services will vary. If I come, do I have a standard value or amount that I will charge for specific services, can I negotiate with my client? Assuming I'm a cleaner. On the app, I've said I do the cleaning with 500. Then I meet my customer out here and we negotiate and namwambia wewe nifanyie na 200. Then I do it. Do you still expect a commission?
What happens is now the cleaner goes and does the job. Then when they've completed the job, they'll complete the job and put the amount that they want to be paid. Because now, you see, it's in our Kenyan culture to actually bargain. You can't have a fixed price on anything. Actually, that won't work. Not at least not now. But we give them a leeway to bargain. That's why I said we wanted to actually suit this app for the Kenyan market and for the common man. Because I know a cleaner will come there, say 500, then you say, no, 500 is too much, do for me for 300. We'll still get our commission, but it will still be, our commission is a percentage. So if they've agreed that is it, then...
Okay, so it's upon me as a client to know how much I charge and know what I want to be left with.
Yes, yes.
Okay, now, in this era of so many businesses online, how do you ensure that you still remain there with all these competitors, especially on the now delivery, because we have other platforms offering deliveries of food?
Yeah, you know, there's Uber Eats and also Glovo. So basically, yeah, I think you just can't run away from competition. And you try to be different and unique in your own way. So that's what, you know, these companies have come from abroad and their style of working is actually suited for people who are not basically from Africa. So us, we're trying to tailor suit it for our people. And that's why I said we accept cultures like bargaining, you know, and things like that. So it's just about being different because you can't all be the same. And us, we are trying to focus on the small businesses. And because I know there will be a day, even Mama Mboga can be selling her stuff.
Okay,
online.
Okay.
And you'll get it delivered in your house. You know, not because now what happens now is only the big businesses can afford to do this, but us, we want to actually focus on that Mama Mboga, that small business lady or man in the neighborhoods actually.
Yeah. All right. As we come to an end of this discussion, how do we ensure security in terms of cyber crimes?
Yeah, okay, that we obviously now that is now tech where we actually ensure our servers are secure, and so that is just about securing your servers. And because obviously you might get some attacks at times with the cyber attacks, but you try as much as possible to seal all the loopholes.
Can anyone use your app to do any harm to anyone?
Not that, no, definitely not.
So finally, maybe one of the challenges that you have faced and you feel needs to be addressed in as much as unemployment is concerned, and how you feel the youths will benefit from swift aid?
The challenge, it's what we have now. We have not gotten to a point where internet is actually cheap for the low-income earners and people who live in the low-income areas. And also we have not had enough smartphone penetration. But all this is taking time, and I know this will be a different decade, because if you checked on 2010, actually a phone like this will cost a fortune. So, but since how things are coming up, we have to hope that's why I'm saying that one day Mama Mboga will be selling her wares online.
Just one more question. Are you based here in Nairobi or the cities, or even in the villages?
Normally it's the major cities because that's where internet and smartphone penetration is quite high, especially now here in Nairobi. But yeah, that is our hope. But the app can work anywhere in Kenya, so long as a service provider, even if it's in Bandera, if a service provider is registered in that area, they can, and we have verified them, they can be seen on the map.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time here and telling us how you're changing life out there. We wish you all the very best. And thank you so much for keeping us company. This is why in the morning I was speaking to George Karimi, co-founder for Swift Aid Market. It's a mobile application where you can order services you need, be it food, be it cleaning, be it whatever you want to be done. You can do it through the app. You can go to Play Store and download it. Then you can ask or request for any services that you need. We'll be taking a very short break. See you in a bit. My name is Dereva Hilary.